Hello, library friends. This is Kirsten here at the Edgerton Public Library. Thanks for joining me for this week of our Reading Adventure Club. We're here in our meeting room today, and I want to share with you our new Reading Adventure packet for you to pick up and show you some book ideas that I hope you'll either come in and pick up or request by parking lot pickup. I want to start with our reading adventure packet for this week. We have several activities, a writing activity, which we've been sharing each week since we started, and hopefully you're compiling those in this red binder. I've got my butterfly story in there, you can see from last week. So we've got a book about a cow that might inspire you for this week's writing activity. This week you're also going to get some books to keep. You'll either be getting 2 or 3 books about counting. And we also have a lot of drawing books that I'd encourage you to check out this week. And here's one on how to draw cartoon crustacean and how to draw cartoons. And we're including some comic strip pages for you this week so that you can write your own comic. And we have some other books about creating comics, Garfield, and here's one, Art for Kids comic strips. Okay. Our activities this week focus on the letter C, and you're going to be receiving some recycled crayons. Aren't those cool? I made those at my house using muffin tins. Made them just for you, so you can try coloring with them, and then we're also going to give you the instructions so you can make your own recycled crayons at home. So I pulled out some books about crayons, The Day the Crayons Quit, The Day the Crayons Came Home, and Love from the Crayons by Drew Daywalt. And we also have a color by number page for you. You'll have to flip the back over and see which numbers correspond to which colors and make a beautiful picture. I'll look forward to seeing those. I'm going to move to another table. The letter C is the first letter for a lot of animals. These are all found in our nonfiction section. Here's a book called Critters from Wisconsin. One of them is a cardinal. Say hi to the kids. Hello. We've got a book about cattle, cows, capybaras, coral, cockroaches, cats, canaries, camels, caribou, and I'm sure we have more books about animals with the letter C, but that's a few to get you started. Okay. And now I'm going to move into some books by authors whose last names start with letter C, and I hope some of these sound good to you. The author Lucille Calandro has written quite a few books that are all funny based on the song, I Know an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly. So we've got an old pirate who swallowed a map, an old lady who swallowed a shell, an old lady who swallowed some leaves. This is a good one for the fall. Okay. In our easy reader section, this is a fun early storybook, kind of early chapter book, I guess. The Crying Princess and Cleo and Leo are a couple in that series, and the author is Anne Cassidy. So those are fun to read. In our picture book section, we have a lot of books by the author Doreen Cronin, and these are fun for all ages. They make great read-alouds, so if you're a good reader, this would be fun to read out loud to someone, and if you're a beginning reader, this would be a great one to read with someone as well. Here's a series that's in our Easy Reader section. The author is Amy Cobb, and we have Libby Wimbley, Rooster Instructor, Libby Wimbley, Goat Trainer, and Libby Wimbley, Birdhouse Builder. Okay, so a fun early chapter book series. Okay? And the series of books about Biscuit, Biscuit the dog, are written by an author whose last name starts with letter C, Alyssa Satan Capachilli. And you'll find those in various areas in our library. All right, I'm coming over to another table. If you know this creature, the very hungry caterpillar, then you're familiar with the work of Eric Carle. So he's a fantastic writer and illustrator, and we have a lot of books by Eric Carle, including The Very Hungry Caterpillar. Okay. And then in our chapter book section, our juvenile fiction section, we have a lot of authors with letter C, and I just brought a few to show you today. Angela Cervantes has a few books in our collection. You'll see this one has a green number 8, which means we just added it in the 8th month of the year, so August. So that's a new book for us. Andrew Clements is a favorite of many. I must confess The Map Trap is one of my favorites, but those books are funny and and have a nice message in them, and would also make great read-alouds. Many of you have read some books by Sharon Creech in school. I think some of your teachers have read those with you, and maybe you can find a new one by the author here at the library. Okay. And the last author I want to mention is Christopher Paul Curtis, and this I think is one of my all-time favorite books as a read-aloud or a standalone. The Watsons Go to Birmingham, 1963. But he's written quite a few other books, and that author grew up in Detroit, so not too far from us here in the state of Washington. I'm going to move over to the middle of the library and take a look at our new launch pads. These are out, ready for you to take home right now. Here's one called Meow the Cow. It's fun to count, and STEAM is code for fun. I pulled a few that have the letter C in them. And inside you'll find like a tablet, a charger, a plug, and those are ready for you to take home. The back will show you what apps are on those, so what kind of games or activities come on the tablet. Okay. For the grown-ups, I do want to point out that the loan period for these is 14 days, and there's kind of a big overdue fine. So if you're planning to check one of these out, you want to make sure that you're able to get it back to the library in good condition in the right amount of time. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me for a quick tour of our reading adventure packet for this week. Activities focusing on the letter C, and also a look at some book ideas for you that have to do with the letter C, either the subject or the author. Okay? I sure look forward to seeing you in the library, either in person or through a parking lot pickup. Just give us a call and we'll help you find some good books and bring you on your next reading adventure. Goodbye, friends.